the M&P Shield has just passed its 4-year anniversary, and with all the single stacks that are on the market, with all the guns that we have done in this class, I figured it was time to update you guys with the Shield, and we're going to see, is this little guy still the king of concealed carry? Those are my words that I've used several times. Welcome to the channel. My name is Heckshot, and thank you guys for joining us. Really quick, Target Sports USA, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for hooking us up with the ammo once again for this review. Check those guys out down below, and everybody that helps us out, check those links out. I think you guys will like what you see down in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started, man. When the Shield came out, it was in 2012, April of 2012, I believe, right after the NRA show. And when it came out, there wasn't a whole lot in the polymer frame striker fired market. You had the original PPS, and maybe the car series was out by then. But as far as striker fired polymer frame guns, there wasn't a whole lot going on. Fast forward to 2016, what do we have? We have the XDS, the LC9S, the Glock 43, the new PPS M2. You have the original PPS still. You have a whole slew of options, even the Honor Guard that just came out. You have a whole slew of options now in the striker fired single stack polymer frame market. So today we're going to see, is this gun still the king of all those options? 2012, 2013, you didn't have a whole lot going on, but now we do. So if any of you guys are looking at this, or maybe just reassurance that you maybe picked the best option on the single stack market, hopefully this will be entertaining to you guys either way. So I thought it was time for an update. So with all the options that are out there, what makes this gun still the best gun for concealed carry? I'm gonna make a case for this gun, and after the video you guys pitch in, let me know your thoughts as far as this gun compared to the other options we just talked about. But first of all, what comes out of the box? You get 2 magazines, one 7-round flat base plate, one 8-round extended. I don't have it on the table, but it comes in a cardboard box, which is nothing special, of course. You're going to get a lifetime warranty through Smith, stainless steel slide and barrel. This is a melanite finish, and one thing about this finish, as many times as this thing has been in a holster, this one is Mrs. Heckshot's, but as many times as this thing has been in and out of a holster, I think the finish is actually holding up really well. So you can see there's some slight scuff marks and things like that, but overall it looks pretty good. No ambidextrous features on this gun. I've talked to quite a few left-handed shooters, and whenever they mention something like that, or if I mention that, they just adapt to it. So I know a lot of left-handed shooters would probably prefer to have some controls or an option to switch the controls, but a lot of you guys don't really care. So windage adjustable stainless steel sights. So a lot of the guns in this class come with polymer sights. These are steel 3-dot, and one thing about this gun as well is the aftermarket is just as good as a Glock. M&P has been around for a long time, and their guns have really caught on with a lot of people. So the aftermarket support is definitely there. Shootability. Now, shootability on this gun, these are our smaller guns. So one thing you got to keep in mind is it does take practice even with a gun like this. But one thing cool about this gun is when you get into the smaller classes of guns, a lot of people find that they don't want to shoot them. You know, you buy one of the smaller pocket pistols, 380s, you know, a lot of people don't want to take those to the range. Some people do now. I know somebody's going to come in here and say, you know, they take their LCP to the range every weekend and they have fun with it. That's cool. But this gun is just big enough to where when you take it to the range, it's a good time. When you pick it up, when you shoot it, you're like, man, I can't wait to get back to the range with the Shield. And I think that really promotes confidence. It really promotes practicing with your everyday carry, which is super important. And it's just in that right size for me. Slide serrations work very easy. We will talk about some of the faults of the M&P at the end of the video as well. So this thing isn't 100% perfect, but we're going to go over the positives right now. So overall, just a very solid gun, and you can find these, like I said, anywhere from $320 to $380 with 2 magazines, lifetime warranty, and more importantly than the warranty is how many people don't have to use that warranty. And what I mean is that through many examples, these things have proven to be reliable, don't break, just a ton of positives with this gun. With or without a safety, that's going to be your call. Of course, they do have the Performance Center shield now that has the lightning cuts in the slide with the ported barrel, fiber optic sights, and upgraded trigger. And then we found out recently, earlier this week, that the new M&P Shield in 45 is going to be coming soon. They're also going to have a ported version that's going to come with tritium night sights. So there's quite a few different options. Most of these options are going to have with or without a safety. And most of the time the prices are not going to jump up that much. So it's going to be interesting to see how this platform does in 45. It's going to be a little bit bigger dimensionally all the way around, but not too much. So with all the options on the market, there's one that really has really stuck out to me, and that's the new PPS M2. This gun really shoots like a bigger gun, and that's no joke. And we're going to talk about this one as well. We're going to kind of intertwine it with this whole discussion, but this is one of those guns that really is a serious competitor to the Shield, along with a couple other ones that you guys have seen here on the channel. So let's get to some shooting. We'll talk about the trigger, and we'll talk about some of the cons of the Shield, and then we'll wrap it up and see what you guys think down in the comments below. We'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so as you can see, the little gun really is a shooter. Now in your hand you may do better than what we did, but as far as practical accuracy, these guns are amazing. Now one thing that we stopped doing is, in the beginning when we were reviewing these guns, even the small ones, is we would try to get the best possible groups we could. Now keep in mind, we've only been shooting for 2 years, so we're constantly learning and getting better. But one thing I learned, people don't like that. People don't like to watch that as much. With a small gun, you need to be able to pull it up, hit center mass, and be done with it. Or headshots or whatever you're doing. So really tight, precise groups on a gun like this does not make a lot of sense. And I agree with those people that have pointed that out. But for what it is, this is an amazing shooter. Now, throughout the shooting, we intertwined some of the other guns, the PPS. I find that I actually shoot this gun better than the Shield, and I think a big part of that is the trigger. Let me show you the trigger on the M&P. This is the regular Shield. They did a lot of good changes when they came out with the Shield. You have the little split hinge design here. You hit a very stout wall, and then it breaks. No guesswork in the break. Here's where I get thrown off, and you might have picked up on it. The jerking in the trigger is definitely me, but this false reset really gets me. Listen to this. Right? Not the reset. I've talked about this before. So it has that false reset. I feel like I hit it. I go to pull the trigger and nothing happens. So that's not the reset. That's the reset. So it gets me. That's the reset right there. So it does get me from time to time. I do find that I shoot the Performance Center better. You'll see some of that now, but basically you hit the wall, same kind of break, and a much more positive reset. There's no in-between guesswork on that, and I do find that I shoot this one a little bit better. So that is an option. I do have a comparison with all these guns against each other. So check out the channel for that. PPS, same thing. The trigger is a little bit better. Nice clean break. Positive reset. I find that I shoot this gun better. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, hey, if you think that these guns are better, what makes you think that this is the best gun for concealed carry? I may have answered myself there, but I do think this is the best gun for concealed carry. How is that? You shoot these guns better. Well, one of the things I hope that you guys enjoy about our channel is that I can be objective, even if I don't necessarily care for something or shoot something the best. I feel I shoot this gun just fine. For what it is, I feel I shoot it fine. But I can recognize for $320, $350, 2 magazines, the reliability, the track record that this gun shows, I don't see the PPS, the LC9S, the Glock 43, I don't think those are better options than this gun. This gun gives you more than what those other guns do. Now, a lot of people will argue about the LC9S. I do agree. That is an amazing gun with an amazing trigger. It comes with 1 magazine, and I have seen some issues online, not from me, of some feeding reliability. Now, that doesn't really play into my decision, but I look at all sides of things. So some people may say, you know, well, Headshot talks out of both sides of his mouth. I look at all sides of it. And to me, even though I prefer shooting this gun, I still think this is the best option. So we couldn't talk about the king of concealed carry without mentioning how it actually carries. So for the Shield, you can carry this thing anywhere from the shoulder to your bra down to your ankle. You can carry anywhere. The way we prefer to carry is inside the waistband. If you're familiar with our channel, then you're familiar with holsters. You guys get discounts on these. If you're familiar with us, you know that. You can check these guys out in the description. But inside the waistband, holster, this is really comfortable, and that's one thing as well. So you have a gun that is comfortable to carry, that set the standard pretty much for a single stack, 7 rounds in the magazine, and a flush magazine, and also one that you enjoy taking to the range. So it really strikes that really good balance of shootability, comfort while carrying, and it will also promote carrying. So as opposed to some of the heavier steel frame guns or other guns in the you know, like maybe Glock 26 range or M&P, where some people may be more inclined to leave those guns at home because of the thickness and you know, weight. This will actually promote it. You get a system that will work well for you. This works really well for us, and it makes it really easy to carry every single day. So it just strikes that perfect balance, and that's one of the things that I really love about this gun. So when it comes to carry, the grip is relatively small, 7+1 in the magazine, so 8 rounds. You carry your extra magazine, and you know what, you have 16 rounds on you at all time in a relatively small package. So not only is the gun shootable, but it is very carryable, very comfortable. You just got to find something that works for you, and this definitely does work for us. So you really have it all in this one gun. Now Mrs. Headshot, she tends to shoot the regular Shield like a champ. I mean, she really does. She's very comfortable with this gun. And it's just one of those things. I don't think that for the money you can beat the Shield. So that's just what it is. Now, like I said, it's not without its faults. One thing that irritates me is when you have a loaded magazine. A lot of times you'll get that effect. You really have to slam that thing home. Not a huge deal, but just a little quirk. You can see the bottom of the magazine. Little stuff like that. The slides can be a little stiff, maybe for some people. This one's actually worked itself out quite a bit because it has like 1,500 rounds to it. So little things like that. The trigger on the regular Shield, that little false reset, I don't know if in the newer production guns if they fixed that or not. Maybe some of you guys that have bought a Shield recently can pipe in on that and let us know. But that little false reset on this particular gun really does get me sometimes. Also, the grip is a little bit thin. Now, of course, these are all thin guns, but something about this grip angle really just makes it feel smaller than what it is. You'll notice, like on the PPS, you have a little bit of a hump. Same deal with the Glock 43. You have this little bit of hump, and it seems to fill the hand a little bit better. But even with all its little quirks or whatever, I still think it's the best option. I still do not think you can beat this gun for the price you're going to get it at. Now keep in mind, everybody's preferences are going to be different, and if you're carrying a gun and you're carrying a reliable gun, that's really all that matters. All this is pretty relative. It's all objective. But it's just my opinion, you know, on the Shield. I really do think it gives you the most for your money, and all the features that we talked about. So, you know, as long as you're carrying, that's really all that matters. And you're carrying a reliable firearm, and most of the modern firearms today are reliable. So, you know, it's just my opinion. Keep that in mind. I know there's gonna, you know, people will go to war at each other over their favorite firearm. And I guess it's like that with anything. People will do it over cars or whatever you're into. PlayStation versus Xbox. People do it over everything. But you don't have to go to war with each other over which gun you like the best, or this is your, if it's your favorite and you carry it, just carry it. Just carry it. That's what I say. Just carry the thing. Carry it every single day if you can. You know, that's the biggest thing. So don't go to war with each other over this. You know, this is just my opinion, but as long as you're carrying, you're already ahead of the game, in my opinion. So in closing, there are pros and cons with every single gun we do. A lot of time has passed. A lot of manufacturers have come out and try to take a chunk out of the Shield market. But I still don't think any of them to date can beat the value and what you get with the Shield. Many options for this thing. Performance Center, you're going to have a 45 for you 45 guys coming soon, with or without a safety. Just too many options, and too good of a track record to beat right now. So let me know what you guys think down below. If somebody is looking for these guns, maybe you guys can help each other out. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.